It's all about making things beautiful. And one group that is making life beautiful for not just the youths, but supporting the vulnerable is ISHK Tolaram. And that's why I'll be connecting with them this morning to look at the solutions that they are providing just to ensure that the youths are productively engaged. Joining me in the studios this morning, Abiola Oyeneye, who is a programs manager for ISHK Tolaram Foundation. Mr. Oyeneye, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Victor.
All right, you need to get closer to that microphone so we can hear you pretty well. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
How was your journey here?
Was good, was safe.
Wonderful. Ivagba is not new. He's not a stranger to the microphone. He's been here severally. Programs director, ISHK Tolaram Foundation, and he's joining us live in the studios. OJ, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you all doing?
Very good too. Quite a long while, really. We've had a conversation with you. So
time flies.
Time really flies. More than 2 or how many years now? Like a year or so?
Yeah, almost a year. Some months, really.
Okay. All right, then. Let's jump into the conversation right away. ISHK Tolaram is not a name that is strange to people. But let's talk about the foundation, because I know you guys are doing a whole lot of things in terms of bringing solutions to the public. So, Ivagba, talk to me. ISHK Tolaram, what do you guys do?
In Nigeria, we do two core things. We have health programs and we have skills development programs. Our health programs basically focus on assistive technology. We have a limb center that's been around for over 10 years now. We have an hearing center also, where we give hearing aids to people that are losing their hearing and thereabout.
Wow.
But essentially what we do, and in my own portfolio, is what we do regarding youth development, which is skilling. We offer complementary paid pro bono skills development to young people who are unemployed, who can transition into the world of work as a way of reducing the youth unemployment.
We'll talk about that as well, because I'm very, very curious about these youths and how you guys get them productively engaged. But getting back to Oyeneye, you did talk about the health, right? Where you guys provide limbs, right?
Yes.
Is that still very active?
Very much, very much. We are situated in ForThe, 44 Ikorodu Road, ForThe. Anyone who require prosthetic limbs can contact us and can get those free limbs.
Free of charge?
Free of charge, actually.
Wow.
And we're providing this free of charge to people who require it.
And this prosthetic limbs, they're very expensive. So you guys are doing that?
Yes, of course, pretty expensive, and that's why it deter a lot of people from being able to get it. So we stepped in to provide our support to them and to be able to be mobile, to be able to move around without assistance. So you see people on crutches, you see people carried by their family members or on wheelchair.
Right. They
come into our center and then they walk out working.
Wow, which is very, very good. And the hearing aids, I know those hearing aids, they're technological devices that making hearing possible for those who are hard of hearing. You say you guys are providing that free of charge as well?
Yes. So for the hearing aids, we have various hearing aids that we provide. At our center, at the hearing center, we it starts with like a diagnosis that the audiologists do for the people. So that determines the specific hearing aids that they require. So based on that diagnosis, then the audiologists know the particular one to give.
That is recommended.
Yeah, so there are some hearing aids that we give for free.
Okay.
But there are some that are really, really pretty more expensive. The ones that are very tiny, that goes into the hair. If you encounter people like that, you probably won't know they are wearing hearing aids at all.
Wow.
So that is pretty much expensive, and we just give that out at a really, really subsidized price. So what they pay is really like less than 20%.
Wow, this is massive. Let's get back to the skills vocation and the one that is really, really getting youths productively engaged. Ivagba, talk to me. Why skills training? Why is ISHK Tolaram Foundation, getting themselves involved in skills training?
Being proactive about the challenge of youth unemployment in Nigeria is what any right-thinking organization should consider. And over the past 5 years, since we set our target in terms of reducing youth unemployment in Nigeria, skills training is one pathway we've identified as that has the potential to absorb the huge numbers of unemployed youth we find in Nigeria. And we went into that venture over the past 4 to 5 years now. where we were trying to really make vocational training the preferred pathway for lots of young persons to get engaged, rather than looking at it as an alternative when you think all the chips are down. And that's what we've been driving. And it's interesting to see that lately we can also see through the government's, federal government's initiative, that they are also now paying a lot of attention to that. There's been a lot in the media over the past 2-3 weeks about government going heavily into TVET funding, which is what we've been doing over the past 5 years.
So let's talk about it in terms of the figures now. So in 5 years, how many people have you been able to train?
We've trained over 1,000.
1,000?
Yes, over 1,000.
Here in Lagos alone?
Yes, Lagos alone. Interestingly, some of them even come from other states. Yeah, I mean, it's an issue of access. And we've tried to perfect the model here in Lagos, where it's called a train and place model. You don't just train them, you place them on paid internships where they can deepen practice. So we offer knowledge in terms of training. The internship provides them with the experiential opportunity to practice and then deepen their knowledge and then ability to transition into jobs.
All right. Oyeneye, let's talk about the ISHK Skills Hub. Where is it located?
So, so this our office really, the way the Skills Hub, the Skills Hub is a vocational training program really.
Okay.
And we don't do it alone. We've partnered with reputable TVET institutions in Lagos to provide the technical trainings that we offer. Currently, we offer 6 skilling trades like fashion, carpentry, masonry, plumbing, solar installation, and HVAC. HVAC is heating, ventilation, and AC repair.
Okay.
So we don't train them personally. We've partnered with those people that provide them those training. So what we do is that we provide the resource and the support to the scholarship for them to be able to access that training free of charge.
Wow.
So they don't get to pay anything. So but then beyond the vocational skills, we also know that there are a lot of soft skills gap that young people also have. I mean, you see some artisans very skilled in the trades, but they can't communicate. They can't sell themselves.
Right.
They're unable to, work with people. They have attitude issue, integrity issues. So what we've done is that we've also integrated soft skills as a core part of the training. Okay. And because of our in-house expertise with leading soft skills, we lead the soft skills trainings in-house at our office as the first point of call before they actually go to acquire the vocational training.
Is any of these skills acquisition programs, is it on right now?
Yes, it's an ongoing year-round program that we offer. So every month we are enrolling people into the program. So at any point in time, anybody who meets the criteria can apply and can get in if they're eligible. All right,
Ivagba, what's the criteria for people to really be part of this training skills that you have? The skills training, rather.
First, they need to be young persons, as defined by the law.
What's the age?
And we worked around 18 to 35 typically. Sometimes we go a little bit higher because of the scenario and the context. We have lots of 37, 38-year-old pop into the office and they are practically in tears, begging and pleading for an opportunity. So it's typically 18 to 35. Okay. They need to have a minimum of secondary school certificate, meaning they've completed secondary school. We have people with BScs, we have people with even IAS certification coming in. They need to be unemployed, which we technically often need to redefine to lots of young persons. They don't understand what it means to be unemployed. Unemployed isn't a young person in transition from ND going to HND during IT. No, that's not unemployed. Unemployed means you are willing, ready, qualified to get a job but cannot access one. So if they are unemployed and meet this criteria, they are based in Lagos. Right. We will offer them this scholarship when they come to the office.
Okay, so let's look at the curriculum that you guys use, or perhaps the duration. How long does the training take?
So the training runs for 3 months. It's a 3 months in-class training, some theory and practical in-house, and then a 3 months of paid internship. So it's a 6 months intervention that will transition them into opportunity, and then they write a trade test at the end of the program, and then we support them within 0 to 12 month post graduation. It's some form of hand holding.
Wow! So there's a follow up.
Yes, an aggressive follow up. Actually, our success indicator is not for us to just train. So many people do training. The idea is to transition these unemployed persons into the world of work. into livelihoods and decent income.
So let's put it in perspective now. So you train them for the first 3 months, and then the next 3 months you give them some kind of handouts while they are still getting training.
Internship, yes, they need to get paid during internship. Yeah.
Wow. To the tune of how much do you pay them?
So the minimum we're getting now is about 50,000 naira. For some get more than 100,000 during their internship.
Right.
But what we try to do is serve as a buffer to say if employers are willing to pay X amount during internship, we will match that amount to ensure at least they must earn 40,000 a month during internship.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is massive. Let's talk about people that really, meet the criteria to be part of this. It's a scholarship kind of thing, right? You guys are handing out scholarships. So how do you get those that qualify? I mean, what's the criteria for you picking those that really come for the training?
Okay, yeah. So like OJ mentioned, we look at the age. You need to be a young person, at least 18 years of age, and you need to be able to communicate, establish that you can read, you can write, because it's not just practicals. I mean, there's some theoretical part of it where young people sit in class, they write a test as well. Mm-hmm. So we offer. So apart from the fact that they do the training, we want our graduate, our trainees to be certified. So they get the trade test certification, which is being issued by the Ministry of Labor, trade test 2 and 3. So they sit for that exam. I mean, there's some written component of it, there's some practical component of that. So we need to be able to establish that they can speak, they can communicate. And then, of course, because the centers we partner with are in Lagos at the moment, you need to be in close proximity to those centers. And then beyond all of that, those are just the baseline eligibility criteria that we look out for.
It's not to say people can recommend someone to you. Can I recommend someone to you, for instance?
Definitely. Once they meet this criteria, the interest is also there. They recognize that this skills pathway is how they want to go. They're always welcome to register. All
right, let's see if we can expand the discourse beyond the studios to also have the input.
Also.
It's what?
They need to be underserved also.
Okay.
So we don't want to take sand to the beach. If you can afford it, we see that a lot of people come into my office and they can afford this 10 times, but they just, because it's free.
It's free. They don't want
for
to just benefit from it.
Can't afford it, and we try to screen that as a core eligibility criteria. Yeah.
All right. Then 09153877127. Those are the numbers. 09153877127 or 08099120777. If you want to ask my guests any question really as relates to the support systems that we have for the youths and the vulnerable in the society, we're doing this from the perspective of ISHK Tolaram Foundation, and you heard from him. Ivagba, talk to me again. What are some of those vocational skills that you guys are training people on?
Heating, ventilation, AC, solar installation, plumbing, furniture making, masonry, tiling,
fashion
fashion too.
Fashion,
so people can learn that. Oh, okay. So now you heard, and you said the duration is how many months?
They all run for 6 months. From entry to exit from the trainings, it's 6 months. And the training are 2 components. It's in-class training, and then we have internship for 3 months. So it's 3 months of training and 3 months of practicals and internship.
All right. Let's talk about the perception about vocational skills training and all of that. In this part of the world, when people are into vocational skills acquisition, they see it as something of a low kind of grade, so to say. Or Ivagba, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, historically, we know about this. People go to school and they say, oh, if you're not performing well in school, go and learn a trade. It used to be like the alternative, like for a certain class of persons. However, that's been debunked. It's like a misconception, a false belief. We see lots of people who you need to be super smart even in the trades, right? And we also see that the potential, earlier on it was neglected or relegated. But these days, we see lots of people leaving their white-collar jobs to set up furniture businesses, to set up construction businesses, because there is a huge gap. We see people coming from West Africa to take up jobs. There's a huge gap, unmet gaps here, that we also have the opportunity to explore with lots of the youth bulge we have in Nigeria.
All right, I think I have a call. Let me see if I can take that right away. Hello there. Good morning. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Is that traffic radio?
It is Traffic Radio. What's your name?
My name is Tokwe Oladipo.
Tokwe Oladipo. We're talking about the vocational skills training by ISHK Tolaram. Have you benefited from it, Tokwe?
Yeah, I know, because I'm one of the beneficiaries. I'm just calling in just to say thank you to what they have been doing, and God will bless them.
Wow.
More abundantly.
So what did you learn when you were there at the institute?
Though I'm currently learning plumbing.
Oh.
In Builders Hub, one of their partners in Builders Hub now currently.
Wow. So.
And I've really learned a great deal of that trade. I just want to say a very big thank you to them.
All right. Thank you so much, Tokwe, for calling in to be perhaps offer your testimonies. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, then. So Tokwe is one of the beneficiaries. For those of you out there, as a youth, you want to tap into this as well, because I know secondary school leavers are on holiday right now. Is that deliberately designed that at times like this, people can come in, those that are secondary school leavers can come in to pick up a training schedule? Is that the way it is? Or do you guys target times like this?
So it's a bit tricky, and I say that because you mentioned secondary school leavers. A lot of secondary school leavers who's reaching JAMB and a couple of the other who want to continue, because like I said, our own mandate is to reduce unemployment. So imagine if I had a class of 70% students being secondary school leavers, and then 6 months down the line they are now in university, which is what they prayed for anyway. Okay. So they are not my core target. Our own program really targets people who are unemployed, and that's why I said earlier that we need to recognize that these are unemployed and they are seeking opportunity to access livelihood.
All right, message here coming in for you. It says, good morning. How do you ensure your help is sustainable and not just a one-time relief? Ada Precious is sending that one in from Ivagba. Thank you so much. Oyeneye, you want to respond to that?
All right, thank you, Ada, for that question. Yeah, so I mean, we do a lot of, like OJ mentioned earlier, we do a lot of hand holding for people who pass through our program. We have the alumni engagement platform where we onboard them into once they graduate. We provide our ongoing support, bring experts from time to time to offer them some tailored sessions that meet some of the challenges they might be having at some point in time. And recently, just to really just even help some of our trainees who are having difficulty either pushing their businesses forward, we launched the ISHK Alumni Business Grant.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah, we just launched it recently, and in June, and then about 18 of our alumni benefited from that grant, and now they're picking up their tools, equipment that can enhance their
advanced work. Tools and equipment. Advanced.
Yeah. So when you say grant, to the tune of how much? All
right, so in total, I think the grant in total is about 5 million plus there.
Wow. All right, a message here says, happy new month, SARS. Please, is your foundation faith-based or completely non-religious? Tomiwa Williams is sending that one in. Ivagba?
We are completely non-religious.
Non-religious.
Yes.
Okay, so Tomiwa, that answers your question. Another one here says, good morning. Please, say good morning. Please, is there follow-up after someone completes your program? I think you said that before, Mrs. Oni.
Extensive following up.
Okay, Mrs. Oni, now you heard. Maybe you want to send any of your word that is unemployed now, not necessarily a secondary school leaver.
Yes.
Like Ivagba said, you can feel free to do so. Okay, but like you said, we have the likelihood of people who might not be employed today and they want to go to school tomorrow. It's always very high. Do they come around?
So that's why it's on a case-by-case basis when we screen and we have this personal interaction. We need to know their story. We need to know their trajectory in terms of what do they want to do. There are some ones, you see, they've struggled to finish secondary school. You can tell they are going nowhere beyond secondary school, right? So they might meet my criteria. However, it's always based on the need to engage them and find out what their plans are, because the program is quite expensive and we don't want to waste resources that are scarce. So that's why we go into that thorough screening to be sure we are targeting the right sets of people.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, then. So flash update coming in from control room says there's a breakdown of an empty tow vehicle with tire problem. This is at Idiroko bus stop inwards Maryland. So there's another one there. Traffic managers are on ground managing the traffic at this situation, and the backlog has extended beyond former LASU campus. All right, take note of that. Those of you who are within that particular corridor. 080-99-120-777. Gradually winding to the end of the program. Anyway, so now that this is on, what's the call this time around, and how can people tap into this? Oyeneye?
Okay, so like I said earlier, it's an ongoing program. People can apply at any point in time. We have a contact where the contact they can call to indicate interest.
Okay.
And then they can apply. So I'm just going to call the number.
Yes, go ahead quickly.
So if they reach us, they can reach us on 090
right
87 41 5278. 090 8741 5278.
Where is the foundation located, Ivagba?
We are at Yaba, ForThe, Lagos. Yeah.
Okay, Yaba, ForThe. And of course, you still have some of your centers where you give free things at, what did you mention? Where is that? The one you give free limbs?
The limbs is below so the limb center is at our office at Yaba. It's the same building.
Okay.
The hearing is also at the same
facility.
Yes.
As well. All right, as we wind this down to the end, what's the message this morning, especially on how to tackle, this employability thing for our youths?
So, we're having a graduation ceremony, which also has a roundtable embedded in it on the 27th of August.
All right.
We typically try to convince stakeholders to set agenda around some of the issues and pain points we observe in our work annually in trying to transition young unemployed youths into vocational jobs. This year we said we're talking about fragmentation to synergy. We see lots of fragmented efforts across the board. We are trying to set an agenda for synergy across all stakeholders, strengthening collaboration in Tibet among players, and also collaborations that can facilitate access to internship that translate into jobs. So for us, that's what we're trying to push this year through the conference and the graduation ceremony on 27th of August.
That'll be pretty good. And Oyeneye, what's your final thoughts on the program?
So like I usually tell my trainees when they come in, I tell them the program has the potential to change their lives. And then when after some time when we speak with them, they actually do attest to that. And I mean, like we say, we're raising an agenda for people to understand that vocational training is not for those who are just less who are not just educationally inclined.
Right.
It's a viable pathway that anybody can use to access jobs.
Okay, then that's pretty good. It's nice having both of you in the studios. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so we've been looking at support systems for the youths and vulnerable in Nigeria, the ISHK Tolaram Foundation solution, and guesting has been Abiola Oyeneye, Programs Manager for ISHK Tolaram, and also Ivagba, who is Programs Director, ISHK Tolaram Foundation. We have to go. The program has been produced by Dayo Anthony. Maximum shout out going out to Tomini Ayibiowu, of course, who's been working tirelessly behind the scene for this program to be on stream. Maximum shout out going out to our social media team, Okpayemi Shodunke and Remi Aluko. We do appreciate you. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. I'll be back by 10:15 for the benchmark.